Alright, what's up YouTube? So Bitcoin is once again making some very nice bullish moves, and I actually think that this might be the move that will start the new weekly uptrend that will take us to all-time high. So stick around when I will try to explain to you guys why I think that might happen in the coming weeks. Alright, so let's start off by looking at BTC USD on the weekly time frame on Bitstamp. So I just want to show you guys this chart. I've been pretty much repeating this over and over again, but it's such an important area, right? It's the area between around 10k to 10.5k. all right, this red box area right here as high time frame resistance, and it's pretty obvious what's about to happen here, right? We are testing this resistance area for on the weekly. I would say it's the first test, second test, and third test if you don't count this one as one test. I count this whole area as one test, right? If you go down into the daily, you will see that we have tested this area quite a few times on the daily, and you could probably judge this as one test, two tests, three tests, and this is your fourth test, right? And it's quite obvious here that's this test right here, we broke above 10k, right? And we closed a daily candle above 10k, very bullish, right? So definitely seeing like a higher high on the daily. It's this is exactly what you want to see, right? But I'm gonna go deeper into the daily time frame shortly. I'm just going to give you guys a quick overview of what I'm looking at, right? And also to add some confidence to this weekly level, the 10.5k area, I'm gonna add the RLC right here. So as you can see, we have the RLC in confluence with the 10.5k area, right? Or this general area up here, the resistance area. We're now entering the short RLC, so we are expecting a heavy resistance in this area. So the first step for our journey to all-time high will be in my very conservative TA, I would say that you need a weekly open and close above 10.5k to confirm the break, and this will potentially start a new weekly uptrend. And why is that important? Well, it's quite obvious, right? You look at the weekly trends for Bitcoin: weekly uptrend, weekly uptrend, weekly downtrend, weekly uptrend, weekly downtrend. And are we going to see a new weekly uptrend? Potentially, right? And if we are going to see that, it's most likely going to all-time high. At least we're going to test 14k, right? It's quite obvious. If you start a new weekly uptrend, it's going to hold for quite some time, right? Statistically speaking, that's what should happen, right? So break above 10.5k is going to be the first sign of a potential break in market structure, a bullish potential break in market structure, and that's might very well start the journey to all-time highs, right? But you got to remember, guys, this whole area here is high time frame resistance, right? So we have to clear this whole area for to be certain that we have a new uptrend and 20k is in the books, right? But I mean, the price action just looks so bullish. If we get a close above 10.5k, I just look for an entry or retest. I mean, it's just such a obvious level here. High time frame trade, I mean, it's just very nice, right? High time frame trade could look something like this, right? For nice almost 2x, right? I mean, that's pretty nice, right? This is when I'm going to increase my exposure to BTC above 10.5k, right? Right now 10.5k is resistance, and it's going to be resistance until proven otherwise. But the thing is, it's been tested quite a lot of times, right? So my feeling says we're gonna break out. I'm obviously not gonna trade my feelings. I'm gonna wait for the actual breakout. But I will also show you going down to the daily and the lower time frames to show you if you want to enter Bitcoin right now. First, we're gonna adjust the moving averages here. We already have done that, it seems. So yeah, let's remove that red box. So this is the daily, right? We reclaimed the 21 EM in a daily, very nice. Here's the monthly open, right? We broke above 10k resistance area here, right? We are now coming down for a hopefully bullish retest of the 10k area. Now what I'm looking at is I'm gonna go down to the 4 hour and show you what I'm looking at exactly. So we have the white dotted lines here. We have range low at 9.1k. We have range EQ at around 9550k, and range high at around 10k, right? We have now recently broke above range high. Now what you want to do is when you get a breakout of range high, the textbook long would be to long the retest of the range high. But I'm seeing a couple of interesting levels here, right? So first of all, we have this low, this high here, the highest high below the breakout, right? We have range high confluence with these highs here, very important support to hold. But you also have this high here, right? That's a very interesting area too. So like if you want to increase, if you're not in Bitcoin right now and you want to increase your exposure to Bitcoin, I think it's a valid idea to actually, you know, look for entries inside this area, right? And as you can see right now, we are testing the upper part of that area now. Now this would be like if you enter here, basically what you're doing is you're entering on a retest of range high, hoping that 10.5k will break to the upside. So you're basically, this is basically buying in anticipation of a breakout. You're buying this uptrend in anticipation of a breakout and continuation of the uptrend. Now you gotta remember though that this was a nice uptrend too, and we came up and we tested 10.5k. What happened? Well, that started a reversal, right? So you gotta be careful, right? When trading these types of setups, you gotta remember that you're basically longing right into resistance. But the fact that, you know, the 10.5k has been tested 3 times already on the daily. I mean, we're testing it now for the 4th time on the daily. Well, not 10.5k, but you know, the 10 to 10.5k resistance area. So this is the 4th test right now. So I'm thinking, you know, it might actually break out, and if it breaks out, you want to be in for a run, right? So usually what I do when trading breakout setups, or basically it's not a breakout setup, because a breakout setup you buy when you actually get the breakout. This one is a buy in anticipation of a breakout. So you obviously need to have, you know, lower risk, because it's a way riskier setup, right? Because you never know if you're actually gonna get the breakout, because you're long in resistance, right? So let's see, what do we have here? If you like layer in bids in this area, right, you want to take some profits. First take profit should probably be up here, second in this area here, but eventually I think this will run much higher, right? Now where would you have your stop loss? Well, like I think this is a valid area for a stop loss, right? That's going to bring you up to a 2.5 hour, up to that area up there. So I think if you enter, like if you get a average entry of around 10k, 9.9 I would say, yeah, 9.9k average entry, exit around you know, between, let's say between 11 and 11.5 or 12 or whatever, that area. It depends on how price action actually looks up here. But obviously looking at resistance area, this is obviously a take profit area. You have another take profit area up here, right? So quite simple, right? That's what I'm looking at. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. This is what I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. Now obviously if you guys are in Forex too, that the US dollar is going fucking insane, guys. We got some very nice setup in the Forex market too, and I will upload a new video with that in a couple of hours for you guys. So this is what I'm watching on Bitcoin. Now I'm going to write the Bitcoin report for the Birdnest community. So if you're not in the Birdnest community, check out the Birdnest Discord. I will link it in the description below. Check it out. The Bitcoin report is free. Definitely use it in your analysis. You can really find some good setups in that one. So that's what I'm looking at Bitcoin. Safest option on this one is just to wait for the 10.5k area to break to the upside. But if you want to enter Bitcoin in anticipation of this breakout, this is a good area to enter. All right. Stay safe, use a stop loss, and take it easy. Do not overtrade. See you guys next time.